Yes, good morning. We had to get reactions from our people this morning on the developments in the country today. One news here this morning: ECOWAS slams more sanctions on the Nigeria Republic, and there's this young lady, Mrs. Really Agbaje, has been appointed as a member of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy, and Nigerians are reacting to that. We know that Tinubu is all about. He has a policy on tax, trying to tighten all the net surrounding tax so that we can have more from taxation. I'm Mr. Matthew. Good morning, Mr. Matthew.
Good morning, Mr. Christian.
Let's start with ECOWAS slamming more sanctions on Nigeria Republic. Will that make the military junta bring back the democratic government?
It's not the more sanction is not unexpected, but it's yet to be seen whether the sanction will deter and perhaps make the military juntas to allow democracy to return to that country. But I think one thing is clear, that Nigeria is a landlocked country, and almost about 80%, if not more than 80% of goods imported into Nigeria come through Nigerian seaports.
80%?
Yes, as we speak, you have as of yesterday, have 1,100 trucks lined up waiting for clearance from Nigerian authorities. Yes, 1,100 trucks waiting for Nigerian authorities clearance to go into Niger. So there's no argument the sanction is biting on Niger and it's going to cripple the economy. But it's yet to be seen whether they can leverage on their neighbors like Mali, like Burkina Faso, whether they can leverage on those ones to have their goods imported through those countries. But another thing is, it looks as if the goods that come through Niger goes to Burkina Faso, go to Mali. So it implies that it is a necessary force that will bring them to the negotiating table. But one thing is clear: what UN is asking for, what European Union is asking for, what ECOWAS is asking for, is let us come to a negotiating table. But the military juntas seem to be unwilling to come to that table. But I think, Mr. Christian, you ask me, I think the major contention in Nigeria Republic is because Nigeria happens to be the 5th largest producer of uranium globally. So you see, America must have interest in such place. Even before America have troops there, Russia have no, not Russia, Germany have troops, and there's speculation that Wagner Group may be preparing to come into Nigeria Republic. So I think that brings it to the international arena, that uranium. And because of that uranium, I want to tell you that the world, what I mean the world, I'm talking about the powers of the world, like the superpowers, like Raf just said, cannot let Niger be.
Cannot, use the word cannot.
Cannot. We are talking about uranium that can use to develop nuclear weapon. That can use that can even destroy the whole world. So there is no way, there is practically no way the world would allow Niger to go.
The world powers, the powers that be.
Yes, America must fight them. Russia must want to have their own share of it. France must want to. So it doesn't matter the Niger's position, it doesn't matter the opinion. They should know that it's like when you drop honey or sugar, you don't need to invite ants. As long as that sugar or honey is there, ant must gather there. So as long as you have that uranium, Niger should know that they will not be let alone.
It seems they are different. The president has resigned. The ousted president has resigned. Are you aware of that?
No, he may be forced, coerced. He may have not have other duress. But if the world is able to negotiate his return, he will accept it. But I think there's a new twist to it in Nigeria. Mr. President Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu, in some places they are calling him Ebola.
In the Republic.
They are calling him Ebola Tinubu. So he's not clarifying that the position or the decision to invade Niger is not a personal decision, that people should not personalize it. That's ECOWAS position. Don't forget that almost all stakeholders in Nigeria have come out to say, don't invade Niger with military, because of the consequence on Nigeria economy and Nigeria as a people.
Okay, let's move on. We have the tax reforms of the president appointing a young lady as instigated reactions from Nigerians that this is a youth-friendly government.
It's not youth-friendly in any way. It's trying to placate the youth.
I want you to explain what you mean by placate.
He's trying to make it look as if he is youth friendly. He's not. What we are looking at key positions. We are looking at the position of the secretary to the federal government. We are looking at the position of senior presidents. We are looking at ministerial appointments. Somebody that is serving in a committee. What impact would that person leave? The problem is all these old people, they think they know better than the young ones, and that is not true. Because is that true? If that is true, we will not be seeing the government would have moved. The government would have developed more than this. The country, I mean to say, would have developed more than this because it has been in their hands all this while. So hence it has been in their hands and it has not developed. It goes to say that the elders who have been ruling the country are not knowledgeable about how to drive the economy in all the areas that have been challenged. So for me, it's time to placate and deceive the youth to win them.
What impact will that lady have in that committee?
You know, it should not have any impact.
Nigerians, you've heard it that the young lady, foreign level UI, with that experience, no experience in labor market, what impact will she have? Mr. Martin is saying that she will not have any.
Just to placate the public, just to win them, to believe that he's youth friendly.
Is visit Okonjo-Iweala visited the president? Let's have your say on that.
As a normal thing, though she says she's leading visit in her capacity as the DG of World Trade Organization, that her visit was to discuss with the president on better ways to manage the Nigeria, particularly the issue that have to do with Nigerians that are not that are suffering as a result of government policy. That they had robust discussion on how to give succor to the populace, particularly poor of the poor. So I think, according to her, we can only take her based on what she said. Those are the areas that are discussed.
I mean, Nigeria needs her.
It's not about, of course, she's an asset. There's no argument about that. And if she thinks she wants to come and make her own contribution on how Nigeria can move forward, I think it's welcome.
Okay, lastly, what's your take on NLC? The medical doctors have suspended their strike. NLC also is hoping to suspend their strike.
I say we don't have labor any longer. I'm not interested in discussing labor. Okay. We don't have labor. Okay. They are two dead good dogs. They are dead as I speak.
The TUC met with the Senate.
The TUC, NSC, for me, they are dead. They are not in existence.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Martin, for your contribution this morning. NLC, TUC dead in Nigeria today. I have Mr. Akule. Mr. Akule, good morning. More sanctions. ECOWAS sanctioning Niger Republic, more sanctions on Niger Republic.
Yeah, so I expect that, and I'm not so surprised about that. And what's going on now is Nigeria need to stand up and put themselves on the right track they've been before within the ECOWAS communities. And thank God they are having support of the France now, because if anything is going to happen now, the France will be in full support of the ECOWAS, because it's more or less like Chad is, I mean, Niger is turning to like a stubborn child to them, a stubborn country to them.
The president resigned, the ousted president resigned yesterday.
That's the ousted president. Yeah, he resigned. Yeah. That he's not interested in coming back. What?
Probably it might be a forceful resignation. There's a video where he resigned from government.
Why should they? The military forced him. They must have forced him. The ministry must. That's another. You know.
It seems they are different. The way coupists are different. They are standing their ground.
No, and they still have to meet fire for fire, because I don't think they can escape it when the old ECOWAS troop come on him. And forget about all these ones that they said Burkina Faso. All this Burkina Faso. What they just need is a good air radar, and they have that in France, right? Once they have the hair, they can capture the hair, and there's no arsenal they can launch that will work. So as it is, you can't fight the finger that feed you. You can't bite the fingers that feed you. So Niger is not a well-placed nation, not to talk of them creating issues for themselves. How many are they? Imagine they are relying on everything they use. They are relying on Nigeria, and they are Nigerian as a big brother nation to them. and they are coming against us now and insulting our president. Can you imagine? Daring our Ebola. Can you imagine? That's a nuisance of them. And I believe if the ECOWAS want to crush Nigeria, it will take them more than a week or 2 weeks. Forget all those paparazzi you are saying. You know, for what they did to France, France will never even allow them to succeed with this junta, you know. And I'm telling you now, we knew the allies of France likewise that within the west coast there. Are you talking of is the military institution in Niger, is it stronger than the one in Ivory Coast? Can you answer me? Is it stronger than the one in Ivory Coast? Which is the support of Russia and Wagner? Don't forget about Russia. Russia cannot easily come here. That they cannot turn Africa to a battlefield, you know. So Russia should stay in his what's it called? Putin should stay in his Russia. We don't want Africa to turn into battlefield. America too should stay away for now. Let the African fight, sort the African problem, the African solution to African problem. Because the way things are now, Russia cannot just intrude into this crisis now, because it's going to escalate the crisis. And I'm telling you, the West Coast, which is the ECOWAS corridor, they can tame these guys if they mean it, really, because we still have some strong forces. Are you talking of the Ghanaian forces? Are you talking of the Ivorian forces? Are you talking of the Gambian forces? Are you talking of the Senegal forces? I mean, there are a lot of them like that. So where is Niger? Niger is just a tiny country with a large land mass, you know. But the population, what's the population of Niger? There's this thing I want to understand. The people are happy with the government. They may be happy in suffering. You know, they may be forced to be happy. They say corruption was the order of the day of the democracy then. We're still saying the corruption is the what's it called, the what's it called, they are worshipping the leaders are embarking on in that state. There is democratic, you know, space you can channel your grievances to. And how do I mean? I'm talking of the national assemblies. They have 3 tiers of government which are supposed to be independent. You know, the judiciary can call the president to order. The assemblymen, you know, legislative, they can call the president to order. And I mean, there's a lot of options. It's not just junta, military coup that, you know, that will be the solution to all corruption issues we'll be crying for. Imagine now, when these guys, these ragtag soldiers that are calling themselves coupists, now, if they get to power, will they corrupt themselves too? No, that's a big question. Will they corrupt themselves too? We've seen that in the army. We see that in some of these military guys that came into power in this part of Africa here, and they ended up enriching themselves. You know, transforming back. Some will even put up the khaki and transform back to democracy in Nigeria. Like what happened in Nigeria. You know, you can witness what happened in our own land. So not to talk also any military is coming to salvage the life of the citizens there. No, they are going to enrich their pocket too. Who don't like better thing? That's just it. Okay, who don't like better thing? Tinubu appoints a 4-level UI student to task committee, vows to end our dependence on borrowing. Yeah, I think that's a good sign for now, because all allegation has been against him that he hates youth. I wish there was an allegation on the tax committee. You are talking of the UI student. Yeah, the 4-level. Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's encouraging the youth, you know, to be responsible, to hold on to a position. It is, you know, a very, strong position at this tender age, so that we could be able, if the youth starts like this, engaging the youth, you know, putting youth into, you know, strategies position. I mean, you are building the youth, a stronger youth of the future, which I really like. Look at that Tijani Bosu that he brought to the Discover. Only God will know who discovered that, and that guy did a perfect job. This is a guy that said Zuckerberg came purposely because of him to Nigeria, just to, you know, rub minds, and he did a lot for the youth likewise. When police see you with laptop, they start arresting you. You are a Yahoo boy. They don't want to know whether you're a tech boy or this thing. So he always go down. He said he goes down to all stations to go and bail some of his students. You know, his office was in Sabo there. He has a tech hub in Sabo there. So they are great guys. They are great youths in this country.
Looking at his cabinet, the ministerial nominees, you think youths are represented in that cabinet?
Yeah, I think youths are represented. But we cannot. We are talking about Bet Edu from Cross River, a medical doctor. We are talking of Tijani Bosu. We are talking of there's still some youth around. I mean, Kiyama too. It's not too old like that. Yeah, it's as his age as he. I mean, he was a minister under Buhari, 8 years. I mean, 8 years minister. So how old was his age when he became a minister? No, tell me, how old was Keyamo when he served under Buhari?
Out of 48, we have 3. You have mentioned 3.
Out of 48, I mentioned 3. There's still a lot to come. I think there are some that
I saw former governors in that ministerial list.
A lot of former governors,
ex-governors, senators.
Yeah, you can say about the few youths we have. You still give them kudos because it's you know, you can't just get all what you want in a day. It's a gradual process. So to me, I still appreciating for engaging the youth, for, you know, trying to let youth participate into governance of the country, so that it won't be all that the only thing we know is we can, you know, just agitating, just commenting, just lamenting.
Okay, let's talk about Okonjo-Iweala visiting the president.
Yeah, I think why she came is, you know, a tree cannot make a forest, and no matter what you say, Okonjo-Iweala is a Nigerian. He's a thoroughbred Nigerian. Forget about dual citizenship. The spirit of Nigeria is still in him, right? It's still in her. So there's nothing that will happen in Nigeria that will not attract him to have his own, to, you know, give his own opinions and give his own advice. So it may come. I think she came for advisory, you know, advisory, the word is role to the president. So as it is, it's a good thing for him to be around, and we all need to put hands together. Let's forget about where we're coming from. I'm talking of the politics that just went, the election that just went. Let's work together and fix up this country, because all of us damaged this country. All of us contributed into the dwelling of or the backwardness of this country. All of us have a stake in it. I'm talking of our leaders from all regions, all governors, all the, you know. So we need to come back and fix it together. Nobody should run though. Nobody is not going anywhere. No agitation now.
If you get opportunity to travel out to Germany, won't you travel?
No, I'm talking of agitation, secession, or this thing. We should not be talking of that now, because all of us, what is this Nigeria?
We die here.
I will go stay, put, fix our up, you know. So I mean, if I have a chance to travel out of this country, well, that's a good opportunity likewise, because since we don't take care of ourselves much in this country, since there's no, you know, what's it called, I can say there's no social security generally. Thank you. There's no caregivers. There's no, you know, there's no care. People don't care. The leaders don't care about the masses there. And in a country that is well, in a country that is perfect, that, you know, you can be able to benefit those, I mean, social amenities, you know. I mean, why not? What are you doing? Yeah, you know, you're just wasting your time here. So, jackpot if you can do that, and I'm willing to if I have a way. But when I go, I come back to come and invest, you know, bring back, you know, to the, you know, what I'll just come to add up to the country of my, you know, on my exit, of my birth.
Okay, so thank you very much, Mr. for your contribution on this, man. God bless you. God bless you. Mazi, Raf, good morning. Mazi.
Yeah, good morning.
Raf, good morning. Okay, let's have people. ECOWAS, it seems that, yes, of West African states, more sanctions on Niger Republic.
That is not welcome by me. It's not advisable. Why sanctioning that little states? Yeah, it's part of the West African states. It's a little states within the geography of West Africa. Very, very little. I mean, in terms of economy, I don't mean on land size. Landmarks, they are the biggest in West Africa. So sanctioning ECOWAS, Niger will destroy many things. It's going to affect many countries within that, that environment. Countries that they share border with, they will all suffer it. The innocent civilians, they will all suffer it. The so-called political elites, they are the ones that will profit from that because they have gathered enough. So that sanction to me now is to punish an innocent person. And they are sanctioning Niger so that you want them to agree on what ground, what is not, augur well to them. Their opinion is the opinion. Where they stand is where they should even stand because Niger is a sovereign.
Without the sanctions.
Yes.
They should stand on.
They should stand firm because see, they have uranium. Do you know that? They have other solid minerals. If a country is having uranium, there must be platinum. There must all those, solid minerals there, resources, californium, and the rest of them. See, let me tell you, sanction or no sanction, it doesn't matter. What they should have done is that they should have round table talk and know what to do. This is a country that is tired of the rubbish that the politicians in that land cause them. West African politicians, they have derailed from doing the needful. They are the ones whose fathers fought for Nigeria independence, Ghana independence, and the rest of them in 1960s. That's early 60s. Yet, they are treating us worse than what Britain, the British, the French, the Belgians did to our fathers. That orchestrated the scrambling for independence, war of independence across African continent. What is happening now politically is worse than that. The era of colonization, we fought colonization. Our elderly statesmen, they fought for independence and we gained independence. Until today, Africa is not well. Africa is more sick than during the colonial era. Colonization fever has not gone because our ruling class, our political class in Africa, they are worse than slave masters. They are worse than the so-called slave raiders across the continent. I just want to remind you that if you go to Uganda today, it is still the same Obotes. Yes, it is still the same Idi Amin. Yes, because they are the ruling classes. Idi Amin's regime started from 1971. He ran away in 1978, absconded into Saudi Arabia because what? He ruled like an animal. The madman of Uganda, the butcher, the cannibal of Uganda, the butcher of Uganda, that's what they call him. The butcher of Kampala, don't read him. The butcher of Kampala, Idi Amin absconded in 1978. He ran and he died 2002-23. He died. He's gone. He died like a rat. So you understand? Because of what? The same thing that is happening today. We are not ripe for independence in 60s. We have not grown up enough. We are not matured enough to be free from our colonial masters. We should have been under imperialism, suppression of the British, hard rules of the British, the Belgians, and the French. We should have stayed like 20 years more.
That is Nigeria.
Yes, we are not ripe for independence. Nigeria got independence in 1960 and was dived into hellfire, bottomless pit, and it is burning hard till date. What for? To get independence when you are not up to what it takes to be a sovereignty. The sovereign nation that is called Nigeria today is structured under what? Nonsense political structure. They structured Nigeria in the sense that everything goes to the north. That's British mentality. So that the south will have no space to breathe. They found out that the intelligence one, the most natural endowed, are the southerners. That's why amalgamation came in 1914 and expired in 2014. Yet nothing has been done because in 2014 any state, any region that is felt self-determined, that he has realized itself, any region is supposed to do what? Dismembered from the union called Nigeria. So let me tell you, the structure that brought about amalgamation expired how many years ago? 2014 to date is almost how many years now? See, let me tell you, we are due to go. Okay. Africa is due to be on their own. Africa, if not due to be on their own, Africa is due to go back to colonization again. That's why the Nigerian man has struck. Yes, the coup is struck because of what is going on there politically. Those politicians that are stealing like the rest of the APC political juggernauts and bigots. That's why Tinubu is fighting tooth and nail to make sure that he disband the military rule in Niger. Because Tinubu is part of what is going on this continent. Tinubu is working for America, the British right away now, so that Niger will be what? Sanctioned.
Okay, he appoints a foreign level UI student to a tax committee, presidential tax committee.
In Ponton appointment, Poto appointment. Ask me why. Ponton appointment. The same youth that died at Lekki toll gate. A youth is now included in what? Tax department of where?
Presidential tax committee.
Presidential tax committee. That's why that girl just went there like kudu. If that girl is in love with this man, he should go, no problem. But if you ask me, I would have protested the appointment. I would have told him that it is better they investigated the toll gate shooting well. That I will never be part of this regime. Because 103 corpses buried sometimes ago in Lagos State. We understood we are the corpses of those victims of Lekki toll gates. So let me tell you, even I'm in the position of that girl, I would have told Tinubu that we should go. He should go and verify what happened at the Lekki toll gate and probe it.
Okay.
If someone is culpable, he should go for it. If Tinubu is culpable, if Nigerian judiciary is not powerful enough to try him, they should invite ICC, because those children were from parents and you deny that nobody was killed. So including the youth in your government, for me, is a nonsense idea. You can buy any other people, but you can't buy some people. I'm telling you
that you don't support the government of Bola Tinubu.
No, I don't.
That he's not appointing youth to his
Christian, listen, I say good. I'm not an APC person. APC as a political party platform has failed. I'm not a fan or lover of Tinubu. Tinubu has been caging and pocketing Lagos for over 20-something years now. Then again, I did not vote for him during February 23 or 25 president election in Nigeria. The so-called Tinubu stole on gunpoint someone's mandates. I'm not saying this thing because I'm an Igbo man. I'm saying this thing because I am of dual citizen. Listen and listen good. From Igbo land where I come from, I'm a Biafra. I live in Lagos. I'm a Nigerian. Obi was voted by Yoruba. I also voted him. I voted him Igbo, Ibibio, Ijo, everybody. It cuts across the whole ethnic nationalities in Nigeria. But what I'm trying to say is that justice should be justice. There's no how somebody will just come and oppress people and mount on people, start saying nonsense, telling us that he's president. Who voted for him? See, I don't support him, and I will never, ever support him.
Okay, thank you very much, Amazi, for your contribution this morning. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. With that, we'll call it a close this morning. Don't forget to comment, share, and like the video. I'm Christian. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.